Does Putin's invasion of the Ukraine signal the start of World War III? Well, I don't know about that, but it certainly signals the end of an era. An end of an era when world powers understood another world war would be our last. No one really imagined an act of aggression by anybody accompanied by the threat of a nuclear war if anybody interfered. Why the fuck did we not think of that? The end of an era where world powers actually reduced the number of nuclear bombs by over 50,000. Unfortunately, 50,000 bombs isn't enough because there's enough left over to end life on the planet as we know it. Which leaves the entire world wondering, asking, why, Vlad? Why? Why would you invade Ukraine? To which Vlad responded, we don't like Nazis, claiming the Ukrainian government was run by a lot of Nazis and that they were actually threatening to join NATO. To which the rest of the world went, huh? Pointing out that President Zelensky was democratically elected and that he's Jewish, and that Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia all have shared borders with Russia, and they're NATO states. So what is Vlad really interested in by invading Ukraine? Could it be because the Ukraine cut off the Crimea's water supply and left them high and dry? Is it because Russia needs a seaport on the Black Sea? Is it because Putin wants the boundaries restored of Tsarist Russia? Or is it maybe just because he really thinks Ukraine should be part of Russia? After all, Kyiv was the birthplace of Russia. The reason could be one, none, or all of the above, but it ain't Nazis. So how is it all going to end? Most likely with Putin turning the Ukraine into another Afghanistan. And if that's the case, the world will set back, let it happen, and eventually start doing business with Russia again. It might take some time, but it will happen. Another possibility is that Putin could quietly disappear overnight, any night, pretty quick here. Hint, hint. Of course, there's also a possibility that the Ukrainian military could push the Russians right out of their country, right to the borders, and then maybe think, well, let's not stop here. Let's keep going all the way to Moscow. And Russia actually becomes a province of the Ukraine. The absolute worst case is that Russia doesn't stop in the Ukraine, and they continue into Poland, Hungary, and the world ends as we know it. In all seriousness, I don't know how this is going to end up. My son lives in Hungary. He's married to a Hungarian, and they're worried that he's not going to quit, that Putin's not going to quit, that he's going to keep going. I can't foresee that, but anything can happen. A stray missile, I just, it boggles my mind why he did this, why Putin invaded the Ukraine. It's insanity. There's no reason for it. Well, I hope we're all here this time next week, friends. Seriously. We might not be. I don't know. If there is a nuclear war, I ain't prepared for it. And I don't think you are either. And I don't think we're prepared for the horror that it will bring. Oh, Christ. Never thought I'd live to see this day. I should start stocking up on my tequila, though, just in case. Peace out. Love you all.